There are a lot of people who want to own a business or be an entrepreneur, but they don't know where to start. You start with the idea and then you start to build from there. In today's video, we're going to cover how to get that business idea underway, all in 5 minutes. Hi, I'm Chris Flett, the founder of GoCEO and an unapologetic capitalist, entrepreneur, and privateer. In these videos to come, you're going to find straightforward lessons on how to do business in a simpler, more efficient, and more profitable way. If you're new here, I want you to consider subscribing so that you know when we have new videos coming out. And if you're returning, welcome back. Any successful business you look at was first conceived by someone, then planned, then executed, and then tweaked. In today's video, we're going to focus on the seed, the beginning of the business idea, which starts at concept, or what we call conception. Now, I've launched, built, and sold dozens of business models over the last 20 years, and I've never followed the format promoted by business schools, business books, or the like. I've used common sense. I got the old noodle working over time, gave myself a bit of time to develop the concept so that I wasn't navel gazing forever, and then I executed. I have a 5-step process that I use for developing an idea, which I'm going to share with you today. So let's just get right into it. Let's start the clock. Now, step 1 is if you're not sure what business model you're going to be building, consider all the things that you're uniquely skilled to execute on. You could grab a giant piece of paper and write out all of your skills. Next to each skill, write down the solution that skill can provide to other people. If you know how to pressure wash, the solution that you provide is a clean walkway, a driveway that people won't slip on, curbside appeal for someone trying to sell a house, or the like. If you're not sure what the solution is to the skill you have, Google companies that sell your skill and find out what they're saying. Remember that marketing is creative theft. Step 2, decide on what your business is going to offer, products or services, and then think of 3 niche markets that would be most likely to buy what you're going to offer. If you can't think of 3 distinct markets, you may want to reconsider your business model. Continuing with the pressure washing example I used before, 3 niche markets for a business like that might be property management companies who need to keep up the properties that they're responsible for. A second one could be business professionals who are homeowners who want their house to be well cared for but don't have the time. And a third could be realtors who are trying to sell that particular listing and they need to keep it tidy. Overall, every business model wants to have at least 3 niche markets that they're going after. If you can come up with more, it doesn't mean you should target more. 3 is the perfect number to start with because it gives you enough diversification to have different markets developing different ways, but it's focused enough that you can really put your resources, time, money, and effort into those 3 to see which ones are going to work best for you. Step 3 is to determine what the cost is to get you going. So equipment, basic marketing tools such as a business card, an email, a simple website, and any other basic costs required to get you up and running. Continuing again on with our example of the pressure washing company, a pressure washer would cost about $300. A 100-foot hose would be about $50. A website, business cards, and email, maybe another $200. All in, you'd be in for around $550. Now that's actually a lot of money, but I'm going to get to at the end of the video how you can get underway with much less. Step 4 is look into what the competitors are charging for their service. Ask friends, family members who have bought this type of service before, or go on to competitor websites and look to see if they put their pricing. You can also call the companies and ask them to quote you over the phone a ballpark price on what it would cost to do, with the pressure washing example, a driveway that's 100 square feet. This will let you guess what you can charge by how your competitors are pricing their jobs. Do they price by the hour? Do they price by the size? You can get a lot of good intelligence by looking into what others are doing and decide what you want to emulate. Step 5 is to determine your cost recovery. Take some time to determine how many jobs or clients you would need to have in order to recover the overhead that you need to put into starting your business. If people are paying $100 to have their driveway pressure washed and it costs you $550 to get it all sorted, then you know you need 6 clients at $100 to break even. Now here's the catch. Do not buy the pressure washer, do not set up the website, or even buy the business cards right away. Make yourself a nice flyer using something like Canva, I'll put a link in the description below, and print off 100 copies of that flyer flyer at Staples. Assuming that they're 10 cents a piece, you're going to be into it for about $5. Now walk around your neighborhood, handing out flyers and talking to neighbors. Once you have 6 people signed up to pressure wash their driveway, again, assuming $100, and you would get a small deposit, you would go rent a pressure washer from Home Depot. So let's say that $100 driveway, you might ask for a $20 deposit. Once you have 6 people signed up, you have verbal commitment for $600 in business. You've collected $120, right? 6 times $20. And at Home Depot, you can rent a pressure washer for under $60. You would rent the pressure washer and try to do all of the driveways within a 24-hour period, which is possible. Even if it took you another day, it's cheaper to rent by multiple days. But let's say that you got it done in a day. When the jobs are done, you have collected $120, you have paid $60 for the rental, which means you have $60 in your pocket, and now you would go collect the remainder of $80 per client times 6 clients. This will put $480 in your jeans. Then at that point, you would go and buy the pressure washer, get the business cards and a simple website, and then you'd go knock on more doors. This can be done with almost any business model, and if your idea can't, what you might consider is picking another model. When you're learning how business works, it's best to keep it simple and inexpensive. I've made 6 figures mowing lawns as a teenager. It isn't that hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just have to get out there and hustle. So here's your actionable. Start today and give yourself a week to think through all of the ideas that I've talked about in this video and start to take on the steps. Taking longer in business doesn't necessarily make it better. And as an entrepreneur, being decisive and getting in the game is key. I'm going to suggest a couple links to other videos at the end of this one that you can watch, which will help you kind of start to get through some of the points. Thanks for watching. Questions can be asked in the comments below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you know when new videos are coming out. As always, gladiators eat first, get after that idea, and let's start making money. I'll see you in the next video.